Welcome, sinners, to the Cinamen podcast. I'm Chris,
I am Nick.
And I'm Tyler.
and this week we have brought something a little different to the table because as movie lovers, we don't just like watching movies, we also like watching other stuff, like movie trailers and trailers for movies that are coming out. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to talk about future movies coming out, movies that just look awesome, here to bring to you the latest news in the movie world. Cue awesome music. Yeah. So, first off, the first trailer I would like to discuss, we watched the new Wonder Woman trailer. As you know, we are DC over Marvel here in the Cinamen Studios. Tyler, Tyler, am I speaking for you too?
I guess I don't take a side either way.
So Tyler's on our side.
Good movie. Good movie's a good movie.
Yep, DC's movies are good movies, just like Tyler said. So the new Wonder Woman trailer just came out. It looks awesome.
I think it looks cool. I've never been a Wonder Woman fan, and actually it got me excited. So I think it looks better than the original Captain America, which is, I think, Marvel's equivalent.
Oh, like a timepiece with like a hero?
Yeah.
I will agree to that. I forget how good Captain America is every time I watch it, but this one looks like it brought a little more of like the stylized action to it.
I didn't really like the first Captain America.
Yeah,
if
it's
I'm being
definitely
honest.
weak.
You think it's the weakest of Captain America's trilogy?
That's
but, I mean,
like
it's-
one of the weakest of Marvel.
Yeah, for sure.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
Thor probably comes in below that. But
I will take the first Cap over both Thor movies.
yeah, true.
I mean,
That doesn't, just because Thor's movies were weak doesn't mean Captain America was strong.
no, and that's true. I mean, I'm just saying Thor is everything that I feel like I should like or love, and somehow each movie kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit here and there. Both totally different.
They look good, and they have all the pieces to be good, but for some reason it just seems like it falls short.
There's something missing from them, and I can't quite pinpoint what it is. But the new Wonder Woman trailer, the only thing, and I'm sure in the movie we'll get this, is that no one looks. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, what is Janie Huston playing Ares? Supposedly, is that?
Do not know. Yeah, didn't really give enough info there.
It's hard to tell if she's just fighting like a, like a Red Skull type figure, like an ultra elite human, or are we talking like a metahuman? Because she says she's fought beings from other worlds before in Batman vs Superman, so I was kind of wondering on that as well. And it's just the second trailer. We've got like 6-7 months before this movie drops. People think that this might be the best of DC's 4 movies so far, with the woman director Patty Jenkins.
Well, I think people are just really holding out hope that DC is going to turn it around, because as of yet, it seems like everyone's pretty disappointed with DC's first attempts to keep up with Marvel.
I keep hearing that, and all I can say is, if you look at what DC's got 3 movies right now, if you look at the grossing figure of DC's first 3 movies versus Marvel's first 3 movies,
You're missing
DC is...
No, you're not. There's 3. You're right.
Yeah, this will be the 4th one.
Yeah.
DC has made more money in its first 3 runs than Marvel's first 3 movies.
I know, and everybody keeps sort of, looking down on DC, and I'm like, hey man, look at these numbers. Look at these numbers.
I'm having trouble with every Marvel fan that thinks they can't. I feel like they can't give me a straight argument besides maybe storytelling components aside. But I mean, if you look at Marvel's first 3 films, which was what, Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, and Iron Man 2, The Incredible Hulk is the lowest grossing Marvel film with what, almost 300 million?
Yeah, I think
But
a
it
little
wasn't.
over.
But it wasn't that bad. I thought it was
No,
okay.
300
I did
plus.
too. In Iron Man 2, the story suffered, I mean, just like people say Batman vs Superman did. Iron Man 2's super awesome climactic fight was, what, 5 minutes of Rhodey and Iron Man in the park there at the end, fighting on those robot guys. I mean,
Yeah.
I have nothing to
But
say
Iron Man
to
1 was amazing.
Iron Man 1, if that wasn't as good as it was, I don't know that Marvel would be where it is today.
Probably not.
Casting Robert Downey Jr., the awesome Iron Man story, Iron Man himself being the first one. There's a dude in like an ultra meta suit just kicking ass. But Wonder Woman is looking fantastic.
It does look really good. I couldn't ever imagine myself being interested in Wonder Woman or Aquaman for that reason.
I know,
but,
right?
But James Wan is directing Aquaman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's got me really excited. I mean, that thing
I
could be terrible. I'm still going to go see it.
grew up my whole life just bashing Aquaman. I think Nick and I both. just making fun of him, being like, lame.
We put some hours into that.
What's he gonna do? And I remember that first picture dropping of Jason Momoa in his Aquaman costume, and I was like, okay, well, everything I just said, I
remember hearing it, and I was like, oh, that sucks for me. You know, like, as a guy who made fun of him, how do you make fun of Jason Momoa, you know?
The seeing him as Khal Drogo, Conan,
So he flipped me over, you know? He flipped me on my head. He broke me down. He made me admit he was the better man. So far, it's awesome, even though we've only seen him look at the camera and swim off.
Yeah.
But we're going to get some words in there.
Well, even just his little 2-minute stint in the trailer of him, like, chugging that bottle, just, like, smashing it on the ground, waves engulf him, throwing Bruce Wayne on a wall.
But we only like this new Aquaman. Wonder Woman has not changed a thing from her source material, and is still rocking it. She's still going to put out.
Well, did you like
one of the
Wonder
best
Woman
movies.
before
Yeah,
her and
we
BBS and...
used to watch the Linda Carter Wonder Woman show,
70s
in
or
the
80s
morning. Yeah,
version or whatever
we used to watch that a little bit. Not a whole lot, but we did used to. It got us that and the Lou Ferrigno Hulk and stuff like that. We used to watch both of those in the morning, and
I remember watching the Adam West
spurred our interest in
Batman
these.
movies.
The Adam West Batman, the Christopher Reeve Superman, all those as far back as I can remember.
Classics.
So yeah, we definitely had a push for all things. But like you said, I never imagined being on a Wonder Woman train. The cast looks awesome. She looks awesome. Chris Pine. It's gonna be good.
I remember she got a lot of flack. Well, the internet gave her a lot of flack for being cast as Wonder Woman. They were like,
broke the
she's
internet.
too small or not big enough or whatever. And it's like, you know, do you need her to be? I mean, yeah, she's been like that in the comics, but do you need her that way? Because if you remember in Batman vs Superman, I don't know, she's the only one actually kicking Doomsday's ass. Superman got his ass kicked that whole movie by Batman and Doomsday. If he had tangled with Wonder Woman, she'd have kicked his ass too.
Well, I don't feel like there's any way to win with adaptations for real. People are either going to complain because it's too close or not close enough to the source material.
Yeah.
Like, it's an adaptation. Shouldn't it do something different? You know, shouldn't it have some kind of originality, or are we just going to watch the same shit over and over again?
Well, I think that's why a lot of people had problems with the new Jurassic World movie. Star Wars 7 is, you know,
yeah, South Park took shots at Star Wars 7 in one of their most recent episodes.
I feel like,
talking about how it was more like a Happy Days reunion special than like an actual movie, because it was just the same old shit repackaged. And
you said this was about Jurassic World?
no,
Star Wars?
Yeah.
I feel like if South Park doesn't make fun of something, it hasn't reached that level. You know, like, it's only good if South Park makes fun of it.
I agree, though. I don't think the new Star Wars was as great as people think it was.
I think Disney was playing it safe by, if you want to use the word, rehashing Star Wars 4 New Hope's.
Yeah, it just didn't take enough risks. It followed a typical
Cookie cutter
Disney formula.
Yeah.
I mean, there's I don't know why everybody is shocked by that. You know, it's a bummer that it happened, but
Still made.
it is a Disney formula, and it paid off like it always does.
Oh, yeah.
Seems to always do.
Well, of course it's going to. I mean, you put Star Wars name on something, it's going to make money. Like Rogue One, I think looks awesome though, and I think that
Yeah,
the
movie
fact
I'm
that
excited
it's
for
so
coming
much
out, Rogue One.
so much different than the other Star Wars movies.
This looks like a Star Wars war movie. Star Wars
Well,
movie about
I had heard that
war.
like it's supposed to kind of be darker, and like Disney had to go in and kind of maybe like do some like reshoots. Oh, I heard
make
that,
it darker?
that there were scheduled reshoots. They always say
because
they're
it was
scheduled.
too dark and Disney wanted to
Too
light
dark,
it
yeah,
up.
because
Too much-
it's
too
supposed
much
to
of, like, a war
end
movie.
like minutes before
Fuck you, Disney.
episode 4 picks up.
I thought it starts right before 4 picks up.
Why would
Starts
that
right
even
before
make sense?
4 and then like runs concurrently to 4.
No way, it can't. That number 4 starts and they have the plans to the Death Star. That is the whole point of Rogue One.
Who is it they're stealing the plans from in this one? Is it because?
Some bad guys. Who cares?
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm just I'm not
find
the
out.
biggest Star Wars nerd. I'm just
Me neither. So, like, even talking about Star Wars is a little tricky for me because
Well, yeah, I'm
know.
not either, but I mean, they can't run parallel to each
Right.
other if
And the
they
fact-
haven't
they can
stolen.
if they're in the same universe.
Well, not if they haven't stolen the item that is used at the beginning of the 4th one.
I
don't
guess
know.
that
maybe
does
there's
make
like a twist middle.
the Shama.
I think you're both really trying to like not.
I
see
just
the
don't
plot.
care. I really don't know anything about the plot.
We're gonna see it either way.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it, sinners. So don't take this as a.
I'm glad to
Our
see
Rogue One
there's
discussion.
like a new droid type that Looks like just a darker C-3PO with like a Dishonored mask or something on his face. That looks cool. Instead of seeing like a C-3PO rehash, I guess if you want to call it that.
Well,
Vader's going to be
I think
cool
that's
to see.
always a big draw of the Star Wars films. Is what is new? What are you going to show me that I haven't seen before?
Like BB-8. The first
Like
trailer
BB-8.
drops and everyone's like, "Oh, BB-8! Oh my God, he's cute and he's funny." And I'm like, "He's the ball that
Jar Jar Binks,
rolling
right?
around."
It's like,
Yeah.
hope we have a good conversation with them. Maz Kanata was awesome.
Oh, Lupita Nyong'o CGI character.
Yeah.
she was cool.
Her character was cool. I was like really like hanging on to everything she said.
I feel
But I
like
am
she's-
excited for Rogue One.
Yeah, and I don't know enough about Episode 8 coming out. Is she reprising a role?
I believe so. She's supposed to be there. Yeah.
Cool. That's gonna be awesome. I was hearing rumors that both Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren are gonna have some different looks upcoming in Episode 8. And I don't know if it's one of those because they're getting a new director, so he's like, well, I kind of want to put my own spin on this, or if that's the way the natural story's gonna go. But it's gonna be weird if the end of Episode 7, Luke is all like looking like William H. Macy from Shameless, Tyler.
Whoa.
And all of a sudden he doesn't look like that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, ever since I started training Rey, I decided to clean myself up.
Well, we will see whatever happens because Episode 8 is supposed to pick up minutes after Episode 7, and it's not running currently to anything. God damn it! It is taking place.
Well, I'm sure
right
other
after.
stuff's going on.
Yeah, but they're not filming that.
You don't know that.
Does it really pick
do.
up just minutes after? It ain't
Yeah.
going to be like every other Star Wars where it's like 3 years, 7 years, 20 years.
Minutes after.
Minutes after. That's cool. I
Like,
like
it'll probably open and Mark Hamill will still be standing there dumb face, deadpanning the camera.
looking at Rey like,
Ray will still
How'd you
have
find
like a. Are we gonna do anything, or are you just gonna stand here?
she's like, so you're my dad, you're not my dad. I'm still unsure about this.
The Rogue One has gotten me excited. I'm definitely excited for Episode 8. I'm also excited for the Han Solo spinoff,
Ooh, yeah.
or like sort of origin story. Your boy Donald Glover just nabbed his role.
Lando
Lando
Calrissian.
Calrissian.
And I don't
Yep.
know who the guy playing young Han Solo is. I haven't really seen him in anything, but he looks
It's Alden
All right.
something German.
Alden-
Heinrich.
yeah, something weird.
something.
He looks like a better choice than like the first short list of actors that came out. There was like 8 of them, and there was like Dave Franco, Miles Teller, a bunch of weirdo choices.
I think
Now it's
Taron
like,
Egerton.
I think like Ansel Elgort or whatever was on there too, and you're like, what? Like, I'm sorry, do you plan on CGIing Ford's face on these guys? Because
I
none of
actually
these
don't
guys
mind
look like that.
Ansel Egelhort or whatever. I think he, in a
What?
way,
Oh.
he's not as good looking as Harrison Ford, but I think he might have been able to
I
be
haven't
suave enough.
I haven't seen that guy show a bit of aggressiveness in any movie he's in. Like, plus, not only does Solo have, I guess, kind of charming looks to him, if you want to call it that, but he's got the charisma, and these punchy, one-liners. And I just don't see Ansel, what's his nuts, doing that. I don't see any of those guys doing that. I was like, Dave Franco, I like you, but hell no. Miles Teller, I like you, but hell no.
I actually think the more I see Dave Franco, the less I like him.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he's still funny and everything, but like, I don't know. I think James Franco is just way more entertaining. And you see hints of James Franco in Dave Franco. Obviously, because they're brothers.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You can definitely tell how they're both within the same crowd. The Jonah Hill, James Franco. I was honestly surprised we didn't see Dave Franco in like This Is the End or something. Because it's at James's house. You almost,
Do you
wondering
know?
like, hey, where's?
I thought he did maybe.
Did Dave Franco show up? I don't think he was in it.
I don't remember seeing him. But maybe I'll change my mind.
Yeah, that's just me.
We also have John Wick 2 coming out at some point.
I watched the first John Wick. That's
It's-
cool.
I
It's
thought it was
awesome.
awesome. Yeah,
I like that it wasn't trying to.
That was
be...
the laziest answer. It's cool.
It's cool.
Come on, nerd.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me restart. real
You
quick.
used cool words and then said it real like not cool. So you were like canceled out the cool words.
I mean, it wasn't like the greatest thing
You're
I've
like,
ever seen.
It's cool.
No, it was super awesome.
It
Came
was
out of
really
nowhere.
awesome. Yeah, it like shouldn't have been cool, and it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry. It was fantastic.
No, you can't
awesome.
flip flop your
No,
answer.
no
You got to take this
flip-flopping.
abuse.
You got to
Okay. One positive I liked:
just one.
Yeah,
Theon Greyjoy getting killed. He died, right, in that movie?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
He
I've
was-
only seen it once.
Yep,
but
same.
it was great.
You know who I'm talking about, Tyler? You would Game
Yeah.
of Thrones.
I've never watched. Game
I
of
think the
Thrones
guy
in my
who
life.
wanted his car in the beginning.
The guy.
something
He
about
he
it.
killed his dog, John Wick's dog.
They did, yeah.
I could see that. I mean, if someone broke into my house and was like, "Oh, I'm not here to take anything. I'm just here to kill your dogs." I'd be the guy that's like, "Oh, hell, no. You take something because you kill my dogs. We're gonna have some issues."
Is Keanu still sporting the long hair in number 2, the trailer?
Yeah.
That's
long
awesome.
hair, still a little bit.
I would have liked the
beard.
second one if he didn't have the hair. Like that's great that like Tom Cruise like long hair every other movie, short hair every other movie. Like Keanu Reeves like I'm staying consistent, dude. Long hair.
Maybe he just likes having long hair.
This seems to have a lot of.
And the directors try to hire him, and he's like, "Well, I hope you're writing in some long hair."
Ted Theodore Logan.
They're like, "John, we want you to cut your hair this time," and he's like, "No, not gonna happen. Sorry. See you later." And they're like, "Whoa. We can work this in. We can write this in.
How many zeros do you want?
We want you to look like Cinamen Nick or the Winter Soldier.
Same thing.
Kind of like a rock star look. You do kind of look like John Wick now. I'm looking at you, Nick. Except John Wick.
John Nick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sinner's comment on that
There it
bombshell.
is.
That was awesome. John Nick. The John Nick Chapter 2. Maybe he should have it in like a man bun style, like to show a little evolution of his character, but it's like,
He probably does when he like brushes his teeth or like eats or something.
I don't know. I feel like John Wick just looks down on everyone with a man bun. They're like, but you could have a man bun, John Wick. And then he's like, give me my gun. Cap.
Right.
I had one bullet and I killed 15 men,
I finally got around to watching one of the Fantastic Beasts trailers. I had actually been putting it off.
I didn't watch it on purpose.
I didn't either. Like, it kind of was like, it showed up and I was like, okay, fine. Like, I will finally sit there. I kind of wanted it to be a surprise, and I also knew that the material was not going to be the material, like...
Yeah.
The book is like 47 pages or something like that.
The book is what? It's a textbook. Like a mock textbook
Oh,
of
so
the
it's
Harry
not even
Potter
a full
universe.
book?
No.
No, it ain't a book with a
There is-
story and characters.
Aren't they doing another Harry Potter? Or did they do another Harry Potter?
Well,
They
there's
had that
a
stage play.
Stage play.
Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
It's
I
about
don't
his
know.
son.
And the book is like the script of that. So it's very much a stage play script. I read it. Wasn't super impressed. I mean, for something they were going for a stage play, they were really ambitious. But Fantastic Beast.
You think it's going to be any good? I heard they got 5 movies planned.
Yeah. They planned a trilogy. And then they said...
It is now 5.
With
And Johnny Depp has already signed on to the sequel.
Yes. There's rumor going around that he is playing Grindelwald.
It's kind of crazy.
That's kind of crazy indeed.
Already, though, I am bummed. This place takes place in New York, I think, in America.
Yeah, he
That's
travels
great because
to-
all of they've never even mentioned America. Like you'd have thought they were gone.
You'd have thought they were in like fucking Narnia.
And number
where Hogwarts
2 is they're going back to.
Is there a reason that they're coming to America?
is.
Or is it just like
I'm sure there
pandering
is.
to American audiences?
No. I think there is a
Eddie Redmayne.
like it's part of its
slash
like it's natural why he's there.
Yeah.
It is
but
part of
number
the story
2
why
they're
he's
going
there.
back to Europe, and I'm like, well, why did you even come over to America if you're just gonna take the whole fucking show back over there?
But
Like,
that's where it's set. That's the setting. It should
'Cause
be there.
This will show the American
well,
houses.
it's a setting
right?
based off what though? It doesn't have a source material. If you put one in America, why not put them all in America?
But if the majority of the Harry Potter universe is
Well, the
over
third
there,
one, they're going to mix it up.
But
and
they
leave
had
it.
8 movies to explore.
You know how many
that.
American movies we have every year?
Hold on,
it's
hold
like
on,
let's
hold
see
on.
some contrast.
Them going to America
so
in
be
this
in
one
America.
is way more plausible than if J.K. Rowling would have just mentioned some American shit in the original Harry Potter novels and us never got a taste of it. This one is like, we're going to give you a full, probably 2.5 hour dose of America. We're going to see the 4 American houses, equivalent to Hogwarts style, and I don't even remember what the school or the houses are. I know they were weird.
See, this just seems like a themed episode of a TV show that's destined to just be all gimmick. Like if you're just coming to America for no reason. Like I live in America. I don't
That's what
need
I'm
to
saying.
see
Though. I don't
more
think that it
America.
is for no reason. I think that like
I think
it is
he's-
essential. It is a natural
He is
cause
in,
why
he
he's
is studying the magical beasts.
So are they at
that
a different
fant-
school?
Yeah.
So it's not
It's an
Hogwarts?
American version of Hogwarts. Like America has its own.
Well, they're not
houses.
at this place. It's just mentioned.
Yeah.
He is just free roaming the country.
Yeah,
this is
I'm
not
sorry, I
taking
didn't mean
place
to
at a school.
Give that illusion that he was actually at a school.
We're not sitting through like another like school year.
Is Colin Farrell the bad guy?
I don't know.
Always.
See, that's where I'm.
I don't know.
Colin Farrell.
I
What was
thought
the
that-
last good
he's-
movie you did?
WB always wants to throw him in things.
don't-
I'm sorry, AT&T always wants to throw
yeah.
him in things.
I don't like. Colin Farrell's a real hit or miss, and like the last 10 years has been nothing but miss. Total Recall tanked. I don't even know what else he's done because they all suck.
Speaking of Total Recall, Sony has just greenlit or hired some writers for Starship Troopers remake.
Yeah, we were talking about that today.
Starship
I have not
Troopers.
seen the original. I was going to when it was on Netflix. I think they took it off like right before I decided to watch it.
Yeah, it definitely comes and goes on Netflix all the time.
I enjoy the film.
I enjoy the first one
Yeah, I'm sorry. I enjoyed the first one. The second and third
and fourth.
3 direct to DVD sequels are, I don't think, worth the watch at all. But I mean, you got what?
Neil
Casper
Patrick
Van
Harris is
Dien.
in it.
You got Neil Patrick Harris. You got the
Neil
chick
Patrick
from
Harris
the
is
Saw
always good.
movies. I don't know her name.
The one from Becker,
I don't know.
Amanda from Saw.
No,
His
not
like
her.
assistant.
No.
It really gets her like rib cage, like ripped
The
in
cop in the second one. The one who gets your rib cage like
half. In the
rib-
third one.
In the third one,
Oh, okay.
that chick, young her, she's hot. Who's Charlie Sheen's
Denise
ex-wife?
Richards.
Denise Richards. Yeah, that's him. It's got
Michael Ironside, Jake Busey, big cast. It's a classic.
who Mr. Krabs guy. We were talking about him in the Nightmare on Elm Street one.
Yeah, Clancy Brown, he's in it.
Clancy Brown. Yeah, he's like Rico.
It's good. It's super quotable. It's a lot of fun.
I'm pretty sure it originated the quote, "The only good bug is a dead bug." So, and I don't know,
I
value
think
that
the two
saying.
writers from the Total Recall remake, which is like okay, but again, it's Colin Farrell.
It's like a remake that didn't. I think it's one of those. Oh, it's a remake because it's closer to the novel, which I think is what this remake is supposed to be as well.
Yeah.
Closer to the
So
novel.
wait, they're remaking it again, or it's a sequel to the remake?
This is a remake.
So this is gonna be this. Oh my god.
I'm so tired of
The-
remakes and adaptations, man.
Yeah, the Total Recall remake was closer to the original novel, and the Starship Troopers remake will also be closer to its original novel. Just like the Running Man.
say like original novel. It's just it's novel.
Well, okay, I'm sorry, Sinners. Just
Well, I'm
the
sure there's
first
gonna be
one.
remakes of it. You know.
Yeah,
Nobody rewrites it.
they're gonna make
Do
this
books-
closer to the novel and then make a sequel that has
Do
don't
books
rewrite
get
material.
remakes? Do books get remakes ever?
only the Bible.
Oh.
No, there it is, guys. I said it.
Yeah, you
Wait,
said
what?
it.
What's
I
the-
said, do books get remakes?
no. Yeah, no, I got that part. I'm
And
talking.
he said only the Bible.
Is there a remake of the Bible or something? Did I miss something?
Well, it's rewritten. It's been rewritten.
Old
now,
Testament, New
To
Testament.
me, the Bible is just like the original.
That's come on. That's not where we're going. I
Anyway.
didn't mean to spur that
Oh,
debate.
okay, well, all right.
It was a quick joke. Let it go.
Let it
Sorry,
go,
Sinners.
Chris.
I'm gonna let it go like Frozen here.
What is life?
It's the
It's everything, man.
Ryan Ryan Reynolds,
living it.
Jake Gyllenhaal, like another awesome like spacey Mars movie.
Oh,
It looks
okay.
really cool.
Looks
Rebecca
pretty dope.
Ferguson, I think, is the chick that's got the name in the credits.
Space is like where it's at now. Like
Yeah,
What's the final
Passengers
frontier?
is coming out.
it is the final frontier.
Arrival isn't that like an aliens type?
Arrival and
or
Passengers both look cool. I think Life looks a little bit
Well, it's
cooler,
also
maybe.
got that Valerian, the one with Dane DeHaan and Carla
Yeah.
Del something, Delvine, Devine,
Yeah, Delavine or whatever.
that model turned actress, Enchantress. Jeez, yeah, space is kind of where it's at now. Everyone's kind of focused on these. It's all
It's like
about
the
Mars
visuals you can
now.
bring to it are like
Yeah, it's
Never
gonna be
ending.
it.
are like
I mean,
the big
it's-
deal. Like The Martian. Like you give a space movie a budget and you're gonna see good shit. Interstellar, The Martian,
Martian was awesome. So was
Gravity, which won all sorts of technical awards and
Right.
stuff. So it sounds like this is going to be a big deal. Passengers looks awesome. Like the ship design looks great. Like that they're wooing down the
Oh yeah.
down
Plus
the
you
road
got-
in space.
You got Chris Pratt, who right now is the man. Like he cannot do wrong.
You have the two
Is Passengers a horror?
like highest paid. I don't think so.
No.
Or is this
I think it's just-
suspense?
I think it like is drama.
Little,
Suspense.
drama
Yeah.
suspense maybe. I don't think
Okay.
it's
Well,
horror.
Life seems to be more horror.
It looks
That looks awesome.
a little more horror.
sounds
themed,
awesome.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be suspense, but it seems like it's more towards horror. Like they find a new, it's like a single or like very few celled organism in space, and it's, the first proof of life in space or whatever.
And this,
And it,
yeah, no, go on. It's
I think it attacks one of the guys.
the
It's like,
guy has one of those machines where it's in like a cube,
And
and
then
it's
you
got
put your
two
hand-
gloves holes in it. So he like slips his hand in the glove, and he's I don't know fiddling with the life form or whatever. And like right as he's like, this could be the first proof of life beyond Earth, and the thing like, I don't know, attacks him or
something. You don't really get to see
yeah,
it.
I don't know, because you see like his eyes like all bloodshot, and it's like taking over. I don't know, maybe it's one of those like who's infected movies, like The Thing and that kind of vibe. Looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Shots
Reynolds,
look good.
Yeah, Reynolds and Gyllenhaal are awesome, so can't wait to see
Yeah,
that.
it seems like the older Jake Gyllenhaal gets, the more interesting his roles become.
Yeah, definitely. I hear he's like a, I don't know, method actor seems sort of, maybe not the right word, but sort of the right direction of things. Like he really gets into like his shit.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler was crazy.
Nightcrawler, he looked crazy in. Southpaw, like he was so jacked.
Did
Prisoners was
Demolition
okay.
Man or Demolition did that come out already? I saw that was one of the trailers on YouTube. I don't think we watched
didn't
it.
watch it.
Speaking of method acting, though, Shia LaBeouf's new movie, Man Down.
Looks pretty cool. And I'm not a war movie fan at all, but
Yeah, those sometimes are a little hard to digest for me.
you
And
put
I don't-
Shia LaBeouf in it, and I'm probably going to give it a chance.
Yeah, I agree. It's got Jai Courtney in it, which I'm kind of like, he's kind of a hit or miss there. I like to see more of him as Captain Boomerang, but it looks
Good or
pretty
bad,
awesome.
Shia LaBeouf is interesting. You know,
He
like,
is method for sure.
turned method.
I think he's good, though. Like,
He's
brings
compelling
it.
to watch.
I don't know. I think he did Even Stevens, and then he got pigeonholed into, well, he did Holes, and then Transformers, he kind of got stuck in there.
Disturbia. He was that small character for a bunch of movies, like
And then
iRobot,
he-
Constantine. He lands a Transformers lead
Yeah.
after Disturbia, and then just like boom takes off.
But yeah, then it seems like he really didn't want to be associated with Transformers, so he went a little crazy. But then, like, everything since then has seemed like super interesting.
Lawless was awesome.
Like, I like the actors that get the big roles, but then they can differentiate themselves from that and like do things that they're passionate about. Shout out to Daniel Radcliffe for
Yeah.
getting past Harry Potter and, in my opinion, becoming a really good actor. And like Shia LaBeouf, very interesting to watch and keep tabs on. Like, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about Horns, but Horns is
good.
a
Horns
really
is
good
awesome.
movie. I think. Like, as soon as you get over his American accent.
Well, even he was on that Broadway play where he was like naked on stage or whatever, and everyone, besides the fact that, oh my God, Harry Potter is naked, everyone was giving it like awesome reviews. I have no idea what it's about or even what the play is called, but everyone was talking about it as that was because he was on it and then had to leave it to do the Harry Potter, like the last one or two Harry Potter movies, and then he went back to do it again.
Yeah, it was like, I think he was like still like late teens. Like obviously he had to be 18, but I think he was like still super young and then just like still doing Harry Potter. And so I think people were like having a hard time with like, it's like he grew up and now I have to see his stuff on stage and yet he's still this little boy in these movies. And
I mean, you got to give it to him because I feel like if I was an actor, I'd be one of those that has like a no nudity clause. Like Jay Baruchel, obviously, like in.
you get stage fright or something?
I mean, I just would not want. If you're on like a closed movie set, I mean, I guess that's one thing. Limited people. If you're on stage, man, there ain't unless there's a light shining on your genitalia.
I don't know. Once you're
everyone's
that
seen it.
famous, like the rules change. Things are different once you're Harry Potter famous. Well, but what's cool is he still
Only
seems
he
like
will be Harry Potter famous.
he's
the only one.
like so down to earth. I heard him on a podcast a while back, and the way he talks about his fame is just incredible. Like he's super super humble, and like he talks about the fact that he realizes Harry Potter is probably the biggest thing he's ever going to do. And instead of trying to like hold on to that fame, he's trying to, do something different. Only take projects that he's passionate about. He did Swiss Army Man, which I haven't seen, but I've heard good things about.
That
Heard it's
woman
weird.
Woman in Black.
So it's right
Did you
up
watch
your
it?
alley. No, but I've read about it.
Yeah.
Woman in Black was cool when that came out. I don't think number 2 was worth a damn, but first Woman in Black with.
It's so
Daniel
sad that sequels are just so shit most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, that sequel. You feel like you're taking a risk with one original film, and it does good, cool. But you definitely take a chance on a sequel because you don't know what.
I think you take less of a chance on a sequel, but it's just more likely going to be a piece of shit. You're going to make the money back because people are still coasting off the excitement of the first one. So money-wise, it's probably going to be a success, but,
Well, I feel like the biggest risk with the sequel is you don't know what. You can obviously dissect what worked for the first one, but you don't know what to rehash from the first one. Like, look at The Hangover. Blew up. Huge, like, highest grossing R-rated movie that came out. Number 2 comes out, completely rehashes
the
first
exact
one
same story.
with smaller events that are separate but funny, and everyone hated it. So the third one comes out, but like you said, it still makes its money.
Yeah, of course I made it.
Third one comes out, totally changes it, and everyone hates it even more.
Well, it's because
And,
it
so
just
it's
seems
hard
so
to-
unsure of itself. It's like we're going to make 2 of the exact same movie, and then we're going to change it and expect people who have stuck with it this far to follow the change. I don't know. I don't remember if I even watched the third one because I didn't like the second one so much.
I liked all three. And I didn't even mind the second one, rehashed the first one. I was mad with the whole trilogy that Justin Bartha, who played White Doug, didn't get to be
The
part
whole
of
trilogy,
the
he's the
Hangover,
guy
you
that
know?
is left out. And I was like, but I like that guy.
Yeah, like
He's super funny.
you wanted to change the third one so much. I don't know. Throw him in there. Let him be a part of the experience. If I was him in real life as the friend, I'd be like, no. You motherfuckers always have an awesome time without me. I'm staying with you the whole night. I don't care
I
what
don't know.
you
I
do.
think
I'm being a part of this.
I don't think they have an awesome time. I think everyone pretty much has a shit
Well,
time.
I think he's the only one that can call it awesome because it wasn't his experience.
yeah. I don't know.
He didn't actually get kidnapped. He just sat on the roof, got sunburned.
That sucks.
Well,
Summers suck.
after the first movie, I got tired of I didn't want the other two movies to come out because I didn't want to hear everybody quoting Zach Galifianakis
I love Zach Galifianakis.
again. I do too, but I don't know why we have to quote one of his movies.
He's kind of
the
one of
entire
those,
time, and I still hear those quotes.
He's one of those. He's the same character in every movie for me. I
No,
like him,
I
and I think
I
he's
disagree.
funny. I think I think he's one like the same guy in every. He's Zach Galifianakis in every movie.
Well, our original plan for this week was the election movies, and I actually did watch The Campaign, and I will pick it again for like another comedy week because I think it's hilarious. It's like one of my favorite comedies, and I don't know. I think Zach Galifianakis is really great. He's very hit and miss. There's a lot of movies that he's in that are just like crap. Like there was this one, Frenemy. I don't know if you ever heard of it. You
Never
probably
saw it,
didn't because it
never
was
saw it.
terrible. Like I only watched it because he was in it, and it was just horrible.
I think right after the Hangover movie, what he got a role in the Puss in Boots movie. He played Humpty Dumpty.
Did he?
Yeah,
He was in Due Date with RDJ.
Due Date.
by-
Due Date was good.
by Todd Phillips.
Yeah.
I thought Due Date was good.
Never saw it.
The first time I saw it, I didn't love it, but the more I watch it, actually, the more I like it.
I don't know. Zach Galifianakis. What was it? He's Masterminds. Did you ever go see that one?
I wanted to actually.
And it look, I would rather go see it due to everyone else in that cast, almost except Zach Galifianakis. Like I just feel I just have no interest in seeing. He needs to sit on the back burner and disappear for like 5 years before he comes out with something that I want to see.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like his stand up that much, but
Does he do stand up too?
yeah, it's weird.
Not really. I could see that. I could see it just.
I don't know. I think
threshold.
maybe in person it'd be interesting, but like to watch it on like Netflix or something, it just didn't grab me.
I would go to his stand up to say I saw Zach Galifianakis, and I got to experience Zach Galifianakis
Yeah.
for an hour and a half, 2 hours. But yeah, I could definitely see that being weird. Something that actually doesn't pique my interest too much is the new Underworld movie.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Blood
Never-
Wars.
Why did they
I've-
need a fifth one?
Well, which
Money.
one didn't have Kate Beckinsale in it? Was that the third one that takes
Well,
place
it's a
before the
prequel,
first
yeah.
one?
And it's actually good.
It's good.
I actually
Is it good because
enjoy-
she's not in it.
Couldn't say for sure. I've seen the first two, and I've seen the third. But I've seen the first two like 3 or 4 times. Literally can't remember anything about them ever. Every time I walk away from those movies, I'm like, it's good, and then I don't remember anything.
I've only seen the first one, and I've been meaning to watch the second one for a long time. The third one, I feel like I could just kind of skip and just go. Was the fourth one? Did you see the fourth one? Did you say?
I've not seen the fourth one.
I forgot
The
even
third
what-
one has Sienna Gilroy.
I forgot
and
what the
she
fourth one
is
was even called.
gorgeous.
She's hot. Yeah, almost anything she does. But the first one was cool, because you're like, okay, you're gonna mix a werewolf and a vampire. That's really awesome. And they finally, Scott Speedman, they bite him or get ready to turn him into, and all it is like his skin turns black and he gets fangs. Like I wanted like a beast type figure.
Like a hybrid,
Yeah,
or something.
and
I think they
instead-
do later on,
Do they? Okay, well,
thought.
hopefully that would probably pique
or
my
more
interest
of one,
more.
I guess.
I was just like, what? That's your hybrid right there. You just spray painted him and put some fangs on his mouth, like those glow in the dark Halloween fangs. Mm-hmm. That's what that looked like to me.
Yeah, I've just never been interested.
It's I don't know.
Which I really want there to be some good like werewolf movies.
I know, right?
I feel like we've got too many vampires, too many zombies. Werewolves
Twilight
would be
just
interesting.
Twilight
Not enough
created
good
a-
werewolves.
An awful vampire movie
There's
craze.
some good werewolves out there.
Oh, I know. I said not enough,
Yeah.
and definitely not enough nowadays. All
Well,
the good werewolf shit is gone.
Van Helsing.
I like
With Hugh
Van Helsing.
Jackman. I feel like a lot of people shit all over that one, and I'm still having trouble finding out why. Like the combination of like Frankenstein's monster with Dracula, who definitely does not look like your typical Dracula. He's like a beast, and the werewolf and that whole bit is awesome to me. Like that's just, and even though Kate Beckinsale pretty much plays the same character as in Underworld, but no, it's still awesome. And I
Yeah.
think the new Van Helsing is supposed to come out as part of the new Universal Monster movie universe.
I didn't think they were getting a full movie. I thought he
I
was
was gonna
just still
say I don't
part
think
of
there's
the
a Van
universe.
Helsing movie in the works yet.
No? Oh, okay.
There's definitely not one that I have heard going
I
around.
think
but
he's
maybe
just
I'm wrong.
still part of the universe. I think that's what.
I think it's a
read.
character in the universe, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
But we won't see him in The Mummy.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
Who? I don't know. Yeah.
you're like jumping around the parts of the question.
You're
where
making
we're,
a lot
like,
of
not answering.
Yeah,
I
we don't know.
I don't know what you guys have read or what
Sinners,
was-
Van Helsing. Let us know.
and if anyone could do it better than Hugh Jackman.
At one point, Tom Cruise was rumored to produce and star in the Van Helsing movie, and then I think that all sort of just became The Mummy. So I don't know if he's like a descendant or
Yeah,
Tom
something.
Cruise in the Mummy.
He's
Yeah.
playing like a Navy SEAL or something that.
I have to imagine he's like the Van Helsing character. I don't imagine you don't just get Tom Cruise and then like we're gonna create a whole universe, but your character's not gonna be in. It's actually about the guy you're facing, which is a girl.
Yeah.
I think Tom Cruise is a good actor, but I just don't get excited when I hear his name anymore.
I
Like
agree.
I watch the Jack Reacher trailers and it's like generic action movie.
I
And I'm
heard
like,
number 2 is very much like
It looks
the review I read for it was horrible, and I don't know why they thought it had a chance anyways.
Like
don't
I'm
know.
glad Kobe Smulders is doing something.
yeah,
But Jack Reacher is the sequel to a movie no one asked to see. Like no one asked for a sequel to that movie. I don't think many people asked for the first movie.
no, I didn't
It's-
know what it was.
I'm sure it'll make its movie. Or
knew it was a
make its movie.
comic.
It's making them money back, you know.
I get excited when I hear Tom Cruise in the monster universe. That to me is cool. I'm all about the Universal movie monsters. Also, the Mission Impossible movies still are a fun trip to me.
They're fine.
Ghost Protocol was awesome. Rogue Nation made a bunch of money as well.
I've seen it once and I remember liking it, but I don't remember any details.
Right.
He was
yeah.
interesting in Tropic Thunder.
Oh yeah, that was probably one of his best roles that gets undermined.
Yeah.
And I heard for a while they want to do a spin-off movie with that character,
No,
and I feel like
terrible.
that went
Saul
nowhere.
Goodman, wasn't that his name?
No, Saul Goodman's the guy from Breaking Bad.
His real name is Saul Goodman. Isn't that his movie?
No. The lawyer from Breaking
Oh,
Bad.
I got you. I was thinking Breaking Bad. I was like,
What?
That guy, that band's name is
No, Saul Goodman.
Saul.
Better Call Saul.
Oh, that is Saul Goodman.
Yeah.
Saul. I thought.
Maybe there's
I
two
thought it
Saul
was-
Goodmans. So,
I
you
thought
know,
it
I
was
don't think
Goodman in the music video
Is
or whatever it was.
is Better Call Saul? Does it take place after the Breaking Bad show or like a prequel to Break?
I believe it's a prequel. I always planned on watching it because I was a huge Breaking Bad fan, and then I just never did.
What's like?
I think it's still going though, so it might be good.
Like they keep Sons of Anarchy has been done like 2 or 3 years now, and they're still planning a spin-off show about the Mayans or Jack.
Sons
What's
of
his
Anarchy was a good show though.
faces-
So, I don't know.
Charlie
Spinoffs are
Hunnam's
weird,
character.
you know. I mean, you get stuff like Frasier, which some people must have liked because it was on forever, but I never got into it. But I don't know. Spinoffs are just.
I feel like
I get really excited for them, and then I don't give a shit about them when they come out.
I don't know. I'm torn between spin-offs because it's like you couldn't like Vampire Diaries got a spin-off, like the originals or whatever. And you're like, dude, you had a show that had its run. I don't even know if is it still going?
Which one?
I think so.
Vampire Diaries?
I think
I
it's
think
still
so. I
good.
think they're like season 8 or something.
Is it the final season? Do we know? Because you know these shows have their run and they make a lot of money, and I get studios want to milk the shit out of them for everything that they're worth. But
Supernatural.
sometimes you just gotta let them
You
go.
notice all those shows are on the CW?
Supernatural's good though. Like I bet if I still watched the most recent seasons of Supernatural, I think I would still be into it.
I'd
I
be
like-
into Dean and
Sam.
like their characters and their chemistry and what they go through. But
Yeah, but then you also got Crowley. You probably never watched the show, but he's
I
a
watched-
demon, he's king of hell for a little while. Spoiler, sorry, damn. And then Castiel, which is an angel, who's my favorite character. I actually named a dog after him. I liked him so much. But like those four are just really awesome together. And I mean, it's hard to keep a series going after like your season 4, you stop the apocalypse. You know, it's like the end of the
Like,
world's coming
yeah,
and you
what-
stop that, and then you go
how
like
do you top
7
that?
seasons after that.
I don't know. That's just. Did you see? We were talking about superheroes a while back. Guardians 2 teaser.
I didn't watch it, but I saw the
You've not seen like the minute? I don't know. It's like a minute and a half.
I don't know. If I have, I don't remember
It
it.
doesn't really.
I don't need to see it to be excited for it though. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that like it's finally coming out.
I think if anything, it just gets the hype up. You know, your hype up level for it more.
And I kind of wondered. I wondered if we were going to see a trailer with Doctor Strange, because Marvel has like that kind of like 6-7 months they shoot that first trailer out, and then you like know, shit's going down.
Right.
They get you pumped up for it. You have a good like long run to get invested, get informed, right? And so I figured that it would be with Doctor Strange, and it may still.
or maybe Rogue One or something. Disney's got
Both Disney
few
titles.
things coming out.
They could pretty much put it wherever Mona or whatever.
Doctor Strange
Moana.
looks awesome.
Doctor Strange looks super cool.
Guy I work with at work's going to see it tonight. So.
I'm thinking about going to see it tonight, but
Ooh, it does come out. It does come out tonight.
it's out right now. Yeah.
That's right. Man, I forgot about that.
Probably get around to it.
I'll
like
be seeing that on
Sunday.
my day off.
Well, I'm
next
thinking about
week.
seeing it twice, just because I don't know. I like magic and stuff. I think this will be a fun superhero movie.
I've heard it is the Marvel formula. Our bad guy is all but forgettable.
Oh, what? No, man.
Despite every director coming out and saying that it's not
this
the
one.
case.
This one's gonna be different. This is
the
okay,
review I read
okay.
was very. It wasn't. I mean, it's not. It didn't seem to be a biased review, but he was like, it's the Marvel formula. You know?
Okay, if
It's good. It's a good movie, and it's fun, and it's different in some ways.
If Marvel's gonna keep repeating this Marvel movie villain,
Well, why not? 13
formula,
movies.
The one that can't repeat itself is Infinity Wars. If you're gonna give us Thanos, you cannot mess this up. Like,
Well, I
do
mean, they
not
already
give
gave us
me-
Civil War, which is a little different. It's got a different formula.
No, the villain was worse than most of their Marvel movies. Baron Zemo was a fucking awful villain who did nothing. Like, that made absolutely no sense why this one normal dude who's not special in any way, shape, or form managed to break up the Avengers. Like, that to me.
I can only say that you can't have the villain. It's Civil War, so you know that the problem is between each other.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have a villain come in and like create like.
To me, the villain was the internal conflict of the Avengers.
You could have had the fights in Civil War and the ending scene of the first Avengers.
Well, there's
all in
so
one movie.
many.
I agree.
Everyone would have called him Zack Snyder and been pissed off, even though it could have been cool.
There's so many moving pieces that it would be hard to give like a villain enough screen time to.
Yeah, they just had to have him do enough to bring them together, create this Civil War,
Right.
finish out the mission. Not the point. But Doctor Strange is because it's like it's not an origin story per se, but like it is at the same time. And I know that's a very,
I have already
Here and
read
there,
what the two ending credit scenes are, and I will not say them on here.
there's two of them,
Oh, I mean a mid credit and then a final credit.
right? But there is two of them.
Yeah, there's two of them. Yeah. One, I think. Well, I said I'm not going to talk about them. I don't want to give
No,
you
no,
hints.
just-
Sinners. Sorry. Sorry.
damn it.
Sorry.
I hate after
I
credit
teased
scenes.
you right there.
I kind of am less like
When I was
less
younger, I
patient.
was like, "No, guys, we're not
we
leaving.
are staying till it rolls.
There's more movie coming."
yeah.
And now I'm like, "Yeah, Chris and Nick probably watched it." I'll just go.
yeah, I literally I give the look like, you guys want to stay? You want to stay? All right, let's get out of here.
It's always a thing nobody wants to say, but nobody wants to say that they don't want to stay.
I like staying, and then if I get something where it's like not a setup for the next movie
Yeah,
or
like
something,
Guardians.
then I'm like,
Guardians, Howard the Duck. Like no one cares.
yeah. Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Was it the end of Iron Man 3 where he had Banner in there and like pretending a psychiatrist? I was like, okay, funny, but disappointing. And not that I feel like I'm every other fan that just expects it has to lead up to the next movie, but
If it's not going
If
to, then
you're
why
gonna-
put it in
You have a
there?
chance to like do something cool, and then you just
Yeah.
like do like a funny flub.
Yeah,
you
if you're
know?
making like this huge giant universe, at least
The end of Iron
Put
Man
some
2,
cool
Coulson's like in New Mexico, and he's like, "Sir, we found it," and it's like Thor's hammer, and I was like, "Ugh!"
whatever was the ending one where you saw Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in the cells leading up to
Yeah.
Avengers 2. I don't know what movie it was exactly. Thor 2 maybe or something. That to me, like I was like, oh shit, okay. I don't like being teased, but that's what the ending credit's supposed to do. Not to make you sit through 2.5 hours of movie, 5 to 10 minutes of credits, and then 30 seconds of a non-important scene. Like that's like, oh my god. Like I've had to hold a pee that long, and now I'm like, I could have gone and just went pee and settled my bladder, but instead I sat here for nothing. DC, don't make that mistake.
DC's. Well, I mean,
Well, they haven't had it
Wonder Woman's end credit will probably be like Justice League related somehow.
yet. I wonder if it'll be like we were talking about Captain America. I wonder if it'll fast forward to the future, and maybe not her with a punching bag thing like Chris Evans, but like a present day tease. What if Affleck shows up again?
I
Him and her
have heard
talking.
whispers he may have a Wonder Woman, a present day, obviously Wonder Woman, like as Bruce Wayne, Wonder Woman scene.
That'd be cool.
Staying in the superhero realm of things, I have heard that Ben Affleck's solo Batman movie, The Batman, has been rumored to be fast tracked for a spring production,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Well,
That's
Joe-
awesome. But like, how did it? They initially had no slot for it, and then now it's just on, like their priority. So I think that like that still kind of tells me that Warner Brothers still doesn't have like a concrete plan. Like if they had a concrete plan, and like now they can just chop that up, throw Batman in, and that's no problem.
Yeah, especially if you're going to, because what? I think they wanted to fit it between the two Justice League movies.
I guess
so they would have what? I think like 4 or 5 separate hero solo movies between the Justice League movies. And yeah, like you said, it's like, okay, everything I thought you had set up like a plan in mind, you are.
It's kind of like I'm not
tweaking,
sure. Yeah,
or-
like, I'm not sure what you guys are.
Like, it didn't seem like you had a very concrete plan if you're able to just go in there and just change shit up. And speaking of, the Flash director dropped out.
I did read that. I was going to tell you guys that too. Rick
God.
Fumiyama,
The guy who did Dope.
the guy who did Dope. Yeah,
He even cast that actress from Dope.
Kirstie
as-
Clemens, who has reportedly filmed her Justice League cameo.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Kirstie Clemens says
So the Flash. When does the Flash supposed to come out?
it's supposed to start
2018.
shooting in the spring, and I heard that because their director left, they now are kind of looking at possible delays for it. And I was like,
Ezra Miller
God damn it.
has
His
a summer
schedule-
schedule
yeah.
already booked. So the only time he could do it was spring. And it's just,
they may
like,
have to
I
do
was
it.
like, you gotta be kidding me here. After Seth Graham-Smith dropped out, who I was actually kind of stoked for. Maybe not because it's his first directorial movie, because that's like you're giving such a big project to a newbie like that. And my favorite superhero, so I'm like, you better not fuck this up, Warner Brothers. I swear to God, we will have words. Like shit, just make Zack Snyder direct it. Come on, guys, let's.
he's probably about the only guy at this point who's like ready and can just be like, you know what, I know enough about it, fine.
Yeah,
And I know everyone else will cry, but I'll be over here like, where's my movie ticket? I want to go.
yeah.
Well,
Damn it. Here
maybe
it
he.
comes.
Maybe he should do the first draft and then have like I don't know a good writer come in and.
Well, they got 2 awesome.
Oh, yeah,
writers.
he's not writing it. He's just directing.
Well, that's fine. He's a good director. Maybe cinematographer. Maybe he should because he makes beautiful movies. Like you can't argue that his shots aren't beautiful and that everything about his movies are pleasant to the eye.
He ended up
Okay,
picking him, my
There's a lot
boy.
of compliments about Zach. If you drop a complaint right now, Tyler.
Of course, it's coming.
Well, it's obviously
coming.
this. It's obviously the story. I mean, it's not any surprise that he just sucks at story. I mean,
Look, if we start attacking Zach, then I got to start attacking, other favorites. And I have already held back once tonight.
I'm sure you got shit to say about
I
the
wanted to-
genius
I wanted
formerly
to-
known as Edgar Wright.
we will not
But
go down the Zack Snyder path again.
I mean,
because
you
I've already
can't
won
really
this
say
argument.
shit about Nolan, so like you can't really hurt.
I have
me.
no problem
Hey,
with
hey,
Nolan.
hey.
Exactly.
We don't talk about.
You know why
Nolan.
you don't have a problem with Nolan? Because Nolan writes good stories and has good visuals.
That's
Hold
fine.
on.
It's still better than what Edgar Wright can produce.
No, false.
Show me box office results.
Yeah. Touche. But we were just talking money isn't everything, Like
You're true. That's true. But you may be able to stack up all of his movies, and one of Snyder's will still crush him.
I don't know, Shaun of
Now,
the
like I
Dead's
said, that's
pretty
not the story
iconic.
aspect that you were getting at.
Yeah.
But this is my area of
Yeah.
like attack now.
They had the whole Flash movie cast. Right? They had his dad cast.
Yeah, it's like
we were talking
Billy Crudup.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
things were
Oh,
lining
man.
up. And I was excited for Rick. I haven't seen Dope, but it's been on my Netflix to watch for a
It's
long
like
time.
queued on my Netflix now for like
Yeah.
months.
Oh yeah, a long time. I'm really interested. I want you to get. I'm interested, and I am really gonna get to it sometime, sort of.
Well,
but
we
it
got
is
an
a
easy
bummer
week
that he
this
left.
week. Probably watch it this
And
week.
like who? Like, so much of this movie was done under Seth Graham Smith's like direction. Like, yeah, let's kind of get this going. And so much like 10% gets going. Rick steps in, probably gets like another 30% done, and then they like this next guy that comes in is gonna be like, oh, I don't get to make these decisions because these were done for me.
Well,
Damn
look at not talking about the Edgar Wright side of this, but look at Ant-Man. Like Edgar Wright had everything done in that movie for like 90%, like a month or 2
But
months.
his
before
movie was
production
also
starts.
rewritten though too, right?
Well, I'm saying it had everything laid out, and then Peyton Reed just came along with the cast already set, a script probably mostly intact, and just like gets it handed to him. So what I'm saying, but if I was a director and I'm assuming whatever director's going to step up to the Flash, you know, like I would want some input. You know, I would be like, okay, well, what about this? Or what if we tweak this? You know, like I don't want them to just be like, here's what you're doing. If you sign on, this is it. You no changing, no recasting, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Okay, so like
the movie's basically getting done for you.
Okay, so like if this opportunity just opened up and you were a filmmaker and they asked you to step in to direct The Flash right now, with everything that's set in stone, you wouldn't do it? Because I would jump at the opportunity to...
Okay, well, I didn't... hold on. Right now...
Well, I mean, given you're a damn director, right? Obviously not like,
you know...
Okay, freshie, let's get in here. Like, I mean...
I would at least go into the meeting and being like, look, I want to put my spin on these things.
Like Edgar Wright wanted to do with Ant-Man?
Well, you can
you
still...
mean like Edgar Wright tried with Ant-Man and then backed out?
Shouldn't have said
He's a,
anything.
hey, Marvel,
That's not-
I know we started 10 years of a relationship together, but you hurt my feelings by changing my script. I'm going to dump this to do...
But he's not that kind of director where you can just change his script, you know? I understand why he didn't want to do it.
Because they changed the script?
Because he wanted
they
to make
changed
his
his
movie,
story.
and they wanted him to stick within the universe, which it's
Yeah,
fair of them.
his was an Ant-Man movie. They wanted an Ant-Man in the MCU movie.
Which is fair. It's fair for them to want it to stick with the
Right.
MCU, and it's fair for him to not want to do it.
Yeah,
I think.
I agree on both
see
sides,
those,
and I'm
yeah.
not trying to like dog
Well,
his
that's-
situation because
yeah.
it definitely got fucked.
Yeah.
That may be his most passionate project, and he
Yeah.
got told
Yeah.
no,
Uh-huh.
or he had to walk away from
Yeah.
it.
Props to him for not coming out and like bashing Marvel afterwards. You
Yeah,
know,
as far
like,
as I know, he stayed very positive,
Yeah.
which is
like what Mickey Rourke came
just-
out and was like, "Oh, Marvel threw freaking all my, you know, like Jared Leto also. They threw all my scenes on the cutting room floor, and
But
you know, I
that's
didn't
what
get
you
the
signed
show
up for.
team. Showtime.
He got
I'm
paid the
glad
same,
he wasn't
you
like,
know?
oh fuck Marvel, I'll never work with them again. Honestly, I'd like to see him maybe, I don't know, a more ambitious character down the line do something with Marvel. Maybe they'll be like, hey, we got this thing lined up for Phase 4. This is what's So not right now. The
wait,
next one.
which actor?
No, Edgar Wright. I'd like to see Marvel offer him the
I
chance
definitely-
to.
Nah.
Oh, Ant-Man is the only shitty character that Edgar Wright could do.
No, I just don't see why you would try again. Like,
Oh, I
it's
mean,
obviously not going to go your way again.
But look at Kevin Smith. He's tried with both Marvel and DC to do something, and they've all been like, "Hey, good try, Kevin Smith." But hey, down the line, we're going to keep you in mind. I don't know why you don't hand him a movie.
Kevin
Wow.
Smith.
Yeah,
Well,
he's like
Yoga
most-
Hosers and Tusk. I mean, people probably don't have a lot of faith
Okay,
in him.
hold
there's
on.
some guys
Let
you
me
got to rein
rephrase.
in a little bit, and then there's guys you really have to like cast your reel out, and then like get 6 dudes behind pulling, like Rob Zombie. He's a dude you really got to like shorten the leash. Kevin Smith, I feel like, is a dude you'd have to like. You can give him what seems like a normal story and setup on paper and on storyboards, but that doesn't mean it won't be a Kevin Smith film with like.
It has to
Snoochie
be, or
Boochie
why
showing up.
get
He
Kevin
he
Smith
could
in on it.
do a superhero of his choice and make it his own thing. I mean, look at
I just want to see more original superheroes.
like ones that aren't in comics right now.
Yeah.
Like, is that what?
Why
you...
does everything have to be an adaptation? You know,
That'd be cool.
Man, you know how hard an original superhero movie I feel like would be to sell right now with the craze of
Chronicle.
Chronicle's so good.
True.
I
Okay.
wish
That
spoilers.
totally just
spoilers. I
debunked
wish
my whole argument right there.
the ending of Chronicle was different. Like I wanted so bad for him to live for there to be a sequel.
Dane DeHaan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? That he was so good at being like
Eh.
the normal guy who goes like crazy throughout the movie from having too much power. Like, you know, he's having problems with his dad and like fucking people picking on him, and then he gets his power and it goes to his head, and then like
Refresh
his
the
buddies,
ending for me. Did he get the spear through him? Did his
Yeah.
cousin have to?
Yeah.
And he was like legit dead. Like
Yeah.
there was no.
Well, that's what it looked like to me. And then
His state of mind in Chronicle was where Life of Beth was taking him. Like his dead girlfriend,
out
he
of
was
Beth.
just getting to his like, man, like mad pouty, like I'm gonna swing cars off the road.
No, man, when he like chokes his dad out, when his dad's like yelling at him and he like lifts him up, like force chokes him, and I can crush you, is like awesome. I loved it.
I didn't like it. He was racist, killing Michael B. Jordan there.
That doesn't make you racist.
Killing the only black guy in the movie.
He's killing white guys too, and he didn't kill him on
But
purpose.
white guy. He killed his dad. Deserved to die. That's different.
So
Michael B. Jordan is a decent black man
he killed more white people than he killed black people.
in America, and he totally fried his ass.
Killed more white people than he killed black people. Speaking of racism, Get Out, Jordan Peele's movie.
Dude. Speaking of racism, speaking of blacks.
No, they like hypnotize all the black people to like.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, okay. I forgot that. I was
don't
like,
make me look like the
like
jackass here.
Tyler,
We
what
watched
do
the
we
same
want?
trailer.
No, yeah. Jordan Peele. And I think he's worse than Keegan.
I think he's a better actor. I think Keegan might be better in
I'm
other
more
aspects.
of a Keegan fan, but yeah, Get Out looks pretty good.
I think when you watch Key and Peele, he definitely has the more dynamic acting range. Like when he dresses up, it's like, oh, that's a completely different person when he puts the wig on and the facial hair and he does his stuff. But then when you see Keegan, you're like, oh, yep, there's Keegan. Same guy. Always
he
the
might
same.
be the better actor. Comedy-wise, I'm all in Keegan's corner.
I think they're a great team. I did watch Keanu, which was funny, but not what I wanted it to be. It was, and I was told this was the case, but it was just a long sketch. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Like the comedy wasn't really where I wanted it to be.
As
It was fine. I enjoyed it.
two dudes who did nothing but sketches, I imagine your first movie, it's going to be trial and error, you know?
Yeah.
So I imagine it's going to be, whether in the story sense or the way it's shot and produced, I imagine it would be hard to escape that sketch mindset, mindset.
For sure. Which is why Get Out is just way
It
out
looks
of
cool.
left field. Yeah, I think it looks really
Written
cool.
and
Have you seen the
directed by
trailer,
Jordan Peele.
Nick?
No.
Do you know what it is at all, or is this
No.
okay? So essentially,
Key and Peele are funny, but like,
Jordan Peele is not in it. He just wrote and directed it. Well, I mean, he might have a cameo.
Yeah,
you know.
from the trailer, like a real quick setup, a white woman is dating a black man, right? Nothing, it's just normal. And he is kind of expressing some concerns to her.
Like,
'Cause
have you
they're going to
told
visit her
my
family.
family that I'm black? And she's like, oh yeah, hey mom, just bringing my black boyfriend over. Didn't want you to be surprised because he's black. Kind of making fun of him. Like, I shouldn't have to tell my parents that you're black.
Yeah,
You're
like,
just
it
my
shouldn't be a
boyfriend.
big
We're
deal.
going.
She takes him home, and it's pretty much like a rich white family. I think the dad is the guy next to Richard Jenkins in Cabin in the Woods.
I'm not sure about that.
I thought it was him. I could be wrong. Jay Moore? I don't know if that's his name. You know what I'm talking about?
I like Jay Moore's in Cabin in the Woods, though.
Is that not his name?
Jay Moore's the guy from like Polly and
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, I thought it was that guy. It might not be. Anyways, takes him home, and so the dad's kind of like, oh, how long has this thing been going on? And they're kind of like, what? Oh, what thing? This our relationship? That thing? And he's noticing every African American in the neighborhood is like really like weird, like really far out there, weird. They don't say a whole lot.
Well, he smokes, and the mom of his girlfriend offers to hypnotize him to get him to stop smoking. So, like, they have a couple, like, black people working for him, like, as a maid and maybe a gardener or something.
Yeah.
And you can tell that something's off, and, like,
they're not all there.
he ends up, like, taking a picture of one of these black guys, and the guy's nose starts bleeding, and he starts telling him, get out, get out, get out. And they try to leave, and the family won't let him leave, and it's like a horror suspense. Totally out of left field.
He gets a call from like his friend
Peele.
and says like, "Hey, there's like a bunch of articles about missing African Americans in that neighborhood, or like that were last seen in the neighborhood." And he's like, "Yeah, so what?" And he's like, "That doesn't weird you out? Like, you should be worried right now." And he's
wait.
like,
So is this a comedy?
No.
"No, it is not a comedy.
No.
It's a horror movie.
So
Yeah,
that's what I
horror
was saying.
sus-
Like
horror
Jordan
suspense.
Peele has Trey Parker and Matt Stone this shit and brought us something completely new to the table.
Yeah.
Horror movie. It looks
It looks
kind of
cool.
good, man.
I think it looks good.
Like I said, I'm the Keegan fan, so for me to say Jordan Peele is doing something,
I'm a Key and Peele fan. If they put their name on it, I'll at least give it a try.
yeah. I mean, it looks pretty solid.
If they put their name on it, I'll at least know that they did it.
Fair enough.
You know, it looks different and out of left field, man. Logan. Do you see the trailer for that, Tyler?
I didn't,
The Logan trailer?
but I love Hugh Jackman.
I wasn't blown away by it.
Neither was I, and I don't know, and I don't want to say because it's not like a action-packed
I
X-Men
don't know if it's
movie
just
that
like
I'm
a
not
weird
gonna be excited
marketing
for it.
turn for it or what.
I hope this is better than X-Men Origins Wolverine and the Wolverine.
Yeah.
This
I don't mind
definitely
the
looks like
Wolverine.
the most personal movie of the the X-Men movie so far. Especially with the whole X-23 and it's his clone and he's taking on this like father type role and what the fuck happened to all these mutants. So I don't know. It looks interesting, and then what they had that Johnny Cash song playing over the trailer. I don't know.
Fingers crossed will show up in Deadpool 2.
Oh, right. At
which
least,
is going through its own problems right now.
yeah,
Lost a
its
director and its composer.
Junkie
Or-
XL, yeah. Who also helped with Batman vs Superman?
One half of the duo of BVS also
Yeah.
scored Mad Max. I think he's scoring Justice League since Hans Zimmer is not.
And he stepped down because Tim Miller stepped down. Do you read his note that he posted
He felt
on?
Tim Miller was the driving force behind Deadpool, and since he left, he did not want to pursue.
Let's
I thought that's interesting.
talk about the Deadpool 2 standoff here real quick. Ryan Reynolds absolutely has a lot of creative control. I heard he just has a crazy amount of creative control. And
Does he?
Well, I mean, he
I-
was the star
I
of the
don't
first.
know.
I think in his contract, Fox had to give him.
I would
a
say
lot of
creative
control.
suggestion. I wouldn't say creative control.
The studio, what I thought I read was the studio backed his decision over Tim Miller's, especially over like the cable casting. Like Tim Miller wanted Kyle Chandler, who I don't think is right for cable. So I will say that Ryan Reynolds was right about that, but also they had disagreements on how the second one should be made. And the Ryan Reynolds said he wanted a low budget, crude humor movie like the first one. When Tim Miller wanted a more stylized approach. Dude, you need to give it a stylized approach because we can't rehash the same shit. I think they're both right.
Yeah, but you can't throw out what made it work.
No, and I'm not. No, you could definitely have a superhero stylized movie with the crude humor.
I heard Tim Miller's stylized version would have cost about 3 times more the budget.
Oh, okay.
which
Well, I didn't hear
puts-
that. Okay,
the
so-
first one was filmed at like 58 million and made 700 plus at the box office.
So you
which
know
is
you're going to make your money
quite a-
back even if you
right
put in the big budget.
So I think you expand that 3 times, ballpark at 150 million. So I don't know if they're like looking to create a bigger margin, hoping that with another low budget and a bigger payoff better than the first one, now that they know what they can do.
Right. Like, now
But
they
I don't know why
fans will
that.
see it.
I mean, obviously the goal is to make more money, and that's how you do it. But I still think give a little to get a little.
I don't
Find a
get-
medium. Give them a $75 million budget.
Well,
give them a
Give
$100
him
million
$100
budget.
million budget. I think it'll definitely earn that.
A little money
opening
goes.
weekend.
That money could go a long way. $100 million is almost double the budget. So
Well,
it's
yeah.
like, come
the
on.
hard part about movies as an art form is that for it to work, it really takes a lot of cooperation as opposed to like music where it's like a few people working on something, or like a
Yeah.
painting where it's one person. It's like literally hundreds of people with
Sure.
millions of dollars. And you're right. I think it could be stylized and still have the crude humor and the style of the first one. But yeah, it's tricky.
I don't get why Ryan Reynolds, as an actor, who's had his ups and downs. Obviously, Green
Definitely.
Lantern was a big down for him. Why would you want to completely rehash? I get it worked, but wouldn't you want to see something?
Wait, isn't he the one that wants to keep it more though? The same?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why would you want to rehash a
Oh,
lot
sorry,
of
yeah.
the first stuff, even though it worked?
But if it's a sequel, you still need to keep not necessarily the whole formula, but you need
The
to keep,
low budget crude humor formula. Like, I don't get why you wouldn't want to add a different element to the second one you give it something new, give it a fresh.
Well, you can
take,
get something
because you could
new
def-
without having to.
Yeah, and I don't see why. And I think they're both, wrong, and I think they both should have just met halfway. But Tim Miller now is producing the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Yeah.
What?
And
I
I
never liked
I don't know
Sonic,
if they
so-
said they want it to be live action or animated, or maybe just
More
like a
adaptations.
Universal or like a Pixar type movie where it's just Sonic the Hedgehog and all them. Either way, I'm not a huge Sonic fan, and unless the trailer for that just blows my mind, I'm really could care less. Not a big fan of the games.
There's got to be more original ideas out there.
Well, there's not, because I was just getting ready to say Uncharted is Sony is fast tracking Uncharted.
Sean Levy.
Sean Levy, the Stranger Things director, or one of them, is
Is doing what? Uncharted?
Uncharted, and apparently he's already, even though he just got the role like a few weeks ago, I guess he's already like talking to like several actors. Like I guess he has an idea in his head, so we'll see how that pays.
I love
off.
Stranger Things, so
I am
check
a
it
big
out.
Uncharted fan. Sean Levy could be cool. He's done a few surprise hits for me. I'm not overly fond of the Night at the Museum movies. The Internship was cool. Real Steel was cool.
Real Steel was cool.
Trying to think what else that guy's done.
I really like the one that's like not a big budget. The Save. I can't. It's Jason Bateman and Tina Fey and Corey Stoll and Adam Driver. It's the one on Netflix. I can't remember the title, and I'll have to.
This is Sean Levy?
later. Yeah,
I don't know.
sure is.
Yeah, I know he's done more stuff, and I'm trying to think of what it was. Either way, I could be excited for this, depending on their cast. I mean, I think the whole internet agreed Nathan Fillion should have been Nathan Drake, like
A while back.
probably 10 years ago. You know?
He's so awesome.
Oh yeah, and I mean,
Captain Hammer.
I remember seeing the first. God, that was good. I remember seeing playing the first game for this, and I was like, dude, Nathan Fillion. This is his thing. This is Nathan Fillion. The guy that looks like Nathan Fillion. Mm-hmm. He's got his humor. He could
Same
do this.
first name.
Even I swear to God, they must have just been like, Nathan, you are just an icon. They probably had his picture in the studio the whole time. They were like, this movie's for you. If you ever make a movie, this is you. I could totally get behind that. I don't know. Sean Levy might do all right. I'll be excited either way, I guess. I'll be excited once it's better than every other director that stepped onto that movie. And
Well, he's come a long way. He did Big Fat Liar, Just Married, Cheaper by the Dozen.
this is Sean Levy.
The Pink Panther. Yes, we're still on Sean Levy. And Night at the Museum movies, Date Night, Real Steel. He's come a long way. Obviously, Stranger Things. Yeah, I mean, he said he did 2 episodes.
I think
he's also attached to a ton of stuff.
I think he's doing 2 more episodes in the next season of Stranger Things.
That doesn't surprise me.
So that'd be cool. I'm excited for that.
There's probably like 8 things here that he's attached to as director. Or
I did hear,
rumored for.
Speaking of video game adaptations, Assassin's Creed, I had heard that all the scenes that take place in the past will be in Spanish with English subtitles.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fine.
See, I was not
While that's
super
authentic,
on board for that.
You said it a long time ago, and it has stuck with me. You said that you were perfectly fine watching a foreign movie where they all speak English and just being blind to that is not their natural language, that they are just speaking English. And I was like, yes, I agree. So I was really excited. Just Spaniards speaking English and a war. Yeah, great stuff. I like it.
So you are for that. Dubs over subs. Dubs over subtitles.
Yes. As long as it's not like the Kung Pao movie or whatever where it's...
Because
one of those old,
Attack on Titan, every trailer I've seen for that is obviously not in English, the live action adaptation. I really want to watch it though because I love the anime. And
As long as they're speaking English and it's not
I don't
they're speaking
know that they
Asian
have a
with
dub
English
version.
dubbing.
No.
Oh, so you don't want dubs?
No.
You'd rather read the subtitles.
I don't want to see a mouth and an unsynced...
So you'd rather read the subtitles?
I don't want.
No, I would rather them just be in Spain speaking English and just have us accept that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
That's what you said a long
Yeah.
time
Oh,
ago,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, yes, let's do that.
Yeah, I can suspend my disbelief and just like...
If we're in Japan
Yep.
and they're all speaking English, great. Makes it easier for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to read subtitles. It's
I
not
don't
very
read
long.
subtitles. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I was so excited for this movie, then I was like,
Man, that's so weird.
that's my only problem with Inglourious Bastards. So much of that is you're having to read subtitles, and it just, for me, like, it's up there, so my eyes are just naturally going to go to it, and I feel like I'm missing the movie. Like, I'm like, okay, okay, well, oh, fuck. I just feel like I'm missing everything that an actor is doing, and that's acting. So
Yeah, I'm missing Christoph Waltz most of the time.
Exactly. And so, like, when I read that, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Ubisoft, why would you do this? Don't make me sit through this.
Well,
I'm
maybe
gonna
it's
see
not
it.
a lot. Maybe it's not a lot.
Sinners, we will give you a review
And maybe
of
that
this
report
movie.
is wrong, or maybe they'll change it.
Hopefully it's wrong. I would like that it's wrong. I don't want to read subtitles the whole time. That's the only reason I didn't watch Attack on Titan, actually. The anime is because it had English subtitles. And I was
No,
like,
they got dubs.
they have an American version?
Well,
English?
Yeah, they have dubs. They have a dubbed
Dragon Ball Super next year will come out with
Attack on Titan.
English subs. And I was like, wait, dubs or subs?
Subs is the words. Dubs is the audio.
Okay, dubs. Dragon Ball Super will have English dubs next year. And I've been reading up on that. Oh my God, that looks
Like
crazy.
Sean Schemmel will...
I don't know about that. They just said it'll have the English dubs. I would love to see Sean Schemmel return. I've been reading about Dragon Ball Super, and there's like 4 Gokus right now, like 3 Vegetas.
Yeah, for a little bit of
There's
it.
like 2 more different like Saiyan levels, and you're like, what? I don't know.
It gets weird. Some nerd at work tried to explain it.
I will watch it. Dragon Ball Z fans, I will watch it. I just don't know that I will like it. as long as it's better than GT, I don't really care. So
We saw a trailer for La La Land. That looks awesome.
that looks
Ryan Gosling is
beautiful
the
to
man.
the eye, beautiful
so.
to the ears. That just looks
It
amazing.
looks flashy. It looks awesome.
Plus Gosling and Emma Stone, like I feel like, are you secretly a real life couple? Because you
They're
guys
just
have
good on screen.
awesome on screen chemistry.
I know, Chris, you haven't seen Whiplash. Nick, you have?
Yes.
Yeah, director of Whiplash, and I thought Whiplash was a fantastic movie. It was the most suspenseful, non-suspense movie I've ever seen in my life. Like, the way it was shot just makes you feel it in your heart, even though it's a movie about drumming. You're, like, just, like, hanging on every second. And, yeah, so I'm going to give it a chance just based on that. I mean, the trailer does look awesome, but I would have saw it without seeing the trailer just because of Whiplash.
Looked like a Baz Luhrmann film. The guy who did The Get Down.
Ooh, did you watch The Get Down?
I've not finished it yet, but it looks like that
Like,
kind of style.
super stylized,
That kind of flash.
like just flashy to the eye, like the colors. Yeah, La La Land looked awesome. Like I just see like Academy Awards like raining all over that movie.
It's a cool title.
Yeah.
La La Land.
Yeah.
So simple, so
Right.
like intriguing.
I could definitely see that.
Split?
Oh yeah, Shyamalan's new
Oh,
movie.
man.
Did you see the trailer for that?
Who's new with me?
M. Night
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan's
Oh,
new movie.
I thought. Sorry, something else. Yeah, with James McAvoy.
Yeah,
Looks
Whoa.
interesting.
Like every Shyamalan movie, it looks interesting.
I
I wonder why they keep giving him movies.
Yeah, that's tough.
He must make his money back, all right.
yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, okay. I don't know if I'm on board with it because I know there's going to be a Shyamalan twist, undoubtedly.
What if the twist
But-
is that there's no twist?
Seeing that, I'd almost be disappointed.
Oh,
in
they
Shyamalan
got me
there.
again.
Yeah. Fooled me there. But McAvoy being
See, I
23,
really like
Split
James
personality.
McAvoy.
he's like a can of Dr. Pepper. There's like 23 different flavors in that bad boy. Like,
There was, I wonder if that's the motivation. One line of dialogue I didn't like was like, people with split personalities can change their body chemistry at will. I was like, I don't think that's factual.
I don't think like,
I don't think.
oh
I
no,
think you're
my
making
split
that up.
personality is a 6-year-old girl, so my skin's gonna, age and deteriorate. I'm gonna grow boobs and
Yeah, I don't. He,
like that to me. Well, he kept talking about this beast character, and then you obviously hear like snarling and like a roar.
If this is like some Tusk ending or something, man, am I gonna be upset.
what if
yeah.
it's like clones? What if it's not split personalities? It's just several different people.
He's got 23.
I'd be okay with that.
That would be interesting.
I feel like they shot this right after X-Men Apocalypse because he's still bald. Like
It's definitely one of
wigs-
those like,
wigs
if
exist.
you need to be bald, let's do this now.
Yeah.
So you don't have to reshape
we're gonna make this the
later.
last scene of X-Men Apocalypse because I know you're about to start filming this other movie.
It makes me wonder if he was supposed to be bald. Like maybe he was just lined up to film it, and they were like, "Oh, your hair's gone." And he's
No,
like,
they
"Yeah."
could shave at any time. They wouldn't need him to shave preemptively. They would need him to grow hair preemptively, but you can shave
Well, they
right now.
if they
you could
filmed
be bald
right after.
You could be bald in 10 minutes, Nick.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They saved his
Oh.
bald scenes in X-Men Apocalypse for the very last days of his shooting.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So
Shoot all
then,
your,
Definitely.
even
so
though
he
I
would
know
go
it's-
into his next filming project bald when he needed to have hair.
Yeah, I could see that.
And they're
like
like,
what?
"Ooh."
Well, let's talk like Loris Tyrell playing Iron Fist in the Defenders. They obviously cut his hair in Game of Thrones because he's going on to film.
Plus, he was gone that whole time. I mean, he showed up in like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
One at the beginning to be like, "Hey, I'm still here." And then one at the end to be like, "Don't forget about me while I die."
with my
Spoilers.
sister. Yeah,
Speaking of
We just
writing
spoiled that.
around like what's going on in your life, on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, one of the characters got pregnant, and she became pregnant in the show.
they had to write it in.
Yeah, and like they didn't really give you an explanation until she had the baby, and then like the explanation was she was a surrogate for someone else.
Okay, I can see that.
And like it was actually her and her co-star in It's Always Sunny's baby. Her and Mac. I guess you guys probably don't watch the show because you have terrible taste. They are together in real life, and it was their baby. So
yeah, I've been to Philadelphia, and it's not always sunny there.
yeah, no.
And that's a lie. I've not been to Philadelphia at all.
And it's probably, I would venture to say it's not always sunny.
Well, look. Well, we were talking in the Halloween movie, the dude playing the awful stepfather guy had a
William
broken arm and leg.
William
I heard
Forsythe?
the script called for a broken arm, and he had a broken leg. And Rob Zombie was like, "Okay, well, we'll just make that work. We'll just put it in there." Well, we were talking. You and I watched Shameless, Tyler. Mm-hmm. Kevin in one season had a broken leg.
Yeah,
I think they gave a minor explanation, but it was broken going into the the season.
Yeah.
They just wrote it in.
Uh-huh.
And, I mean, that's cool. Oh, Shia LaBeouf, Transformers 2, broke his arm during mid-production, so they just like threw it in there, and it was kind of shitty because he teleports with Jetfire, lands, and he's like, my arm, and then like the next thing they're still in the middle of the desert and they're wrapping a cast. And you're like,
Yeah, it doesn't explain like where the gauze came out of, like
Yeah.
whose cleavage it was in.
like
or-
Megan Fox is like, I just always carry gauze in case my
I
thin
kept it in my
breaks
toe
thumb.
thumb. Thanks, Megan.
Yeah. Okay. I don't
Transformers, another one coming out.
know.
The last night.
Hopefully that's
Yeah.
the last one.
Yeah, really.
They're talking
Even though
about
I believe they already have 2 more in the works, with like
Yeah.
3 more
Who
after
still
that
likes
planned.
Transformers?
I
Who
will
is still
probably go
excited?
see it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, number
If
4
we
was
review
so
it-
bad.
if
Oh,
we review
man.
it, I'll go
I
see it.
hated
Distinction?
number 4. Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, they need some work.
After
I'm not super fond of Wahlberg.
3, maybe I didn't care anymore.
2 sucked, and I like 3, but it's a stretch. But I hated 4. I hate 2.
Yeah.
I liked 2 when I first saw it because I just remember everyone was like, "Hey, you and Nick remind me of the Skids and."
Oh, I hate the twins.
Okay,
Skins
well,
and mud flaps.
yeah,
They're
everyone
the
was like,
worst.
"They remind me of you and Nick," and I was like,
They don't remind
"Okay."
me.
I mean, I could take that. I
you
guess
guys.
they're pretty cool.
No,
I thought
they're
they were. I thought they. Were, I didn't like their dorky humor, but the fact that like one of them was like getting beat up, and when he's like, "Not my brother," like they jump in together. I was like, "That's Nick and I. That'd be me and Nick. We'd
Yeah.
be fucking someone up."
Well, I don't think you guys make good robots.
Yeah, well, I think you'd be the one that dies.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I love their action, like their visuals and action. I'm like, dude, this is so sweet.
Yeah,
It's
agree.
just, I don't know. All the story sucked. Like in the last night, they were talking about King Arthur and all this stuff, and then like one poster I saw had like Optimus fighting Nazis or some bullshit like that, and you're like, okay, we do know Hitler was not around during King Arthur's reign, right? Like we have
or
separated
in
this.
space with the Autobots and Decepticons.
There's no way Hitler was like, I know there's life on the moon that apparently. Yeah, I like that
And
they're
it's Jewish, and I'm coming.
Yeah, a Jewish life form. And
there
I'm going up
was
there.
a Jewish Autobot, and he was like, "Oh no, I will kill them all." Yeah. I don't know. Mark Wahlberg does it for me in some movies, but not in Transformers. Like,
I'd much rather watch a movie about you making fun of Mark Wahlberg in a Transformers movie.
yeah, I could definitely see that. Did you see that 13 Hours, the Soldiers of Benghazi, that Michael Bay film? I heard that was really good. And I feel like every now and then he'll put out one that's decent, I guess. If you want, like Pain and Gain was
Pain and
okay.
Gain.
Oh my god, why
You
do you
like-
guys keep saying that?
You don't like Pain and Gain?
I love
We've been
Pain
through
and
this
Gain.
like twice
know.
on the show. No, I hate it, and he's always like, "It's
Pain
so
and Gain,
good."
woo!
And then I'm
I
always
love it.
like, "No."
I do like
It
it.
was all right. It was better than the Transformers movies.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
God, no, you're wrong about that too. I couldn't even finish Pain and Gain.
Okay.
I watched
I'm
it
gonna watch
with
it
a
tonight.
dude who was into weightlifting, and even he couldn't watch it. It was that bad.
Well, of course, they weren't talking very good about juicers, I mean,
It wasn't a juicer, but the whole movie they're like talking about their pump and their dumps and all the other things that rhyme with.
well, you don't get that big without juicing, like.
Okay, I think
Either
you're
way.
missing
I don't think
what
it's
I'm saying.
physically-
A body health fitness aficionado who doesn't take steroids, didn't like the movie, and is into dumb humor, so it should have been right up his alley, and it
And it
wasn't.
wasn't.
I hated
Okay.
it. He hated it.
I don't know, I
couldn't
thought it
even
was-
finish it.
I thought it was
I
okay.
think I got an hour into it, and I was like,
Sinners,
this
tell us
sucks.
how much you love Pain and Gain.
And why is Anthony Mackie into it? He's not in Buff. He just looks like chubby Papa Doc.
He was one part of the movie where I was like, you could have got I don't know, this big dude named Terry Crews who looks like a freaking bodybuilder.
Terry
Like,
Crews.
Who's funny.
yeah, and,
I love Terry Crews.
Yeah, like, and I don't know, would have at least like how him and The Rock should like have a flex off or just a street fight sometime because I don't know who would win that one.
The Rock.
Yeah,
I love Terry Crews,
Probably. Well, I don't know. Terry Crews was a pro football player, so I
Was
mean,
he?
he could probably hold his
Yeah.
I
own.
didn't know that.
Yeah, he was next. Played for the San Diego
Chargers or
Chargers
something,
for
I
like
think.
8 or 9 years, something like that, and then retired to pursue acting.
I didn't even think he
awesome.
played
Alone.
that long.
That's just why I thought I read Sinners. I could be wrong. I do know that he was a pro football player at one point.
I think he played like 92 to like 97. I don't know.
Either way, he's funny as shit now. He's kind of. I feel like John Cena is trying to do that. Like I feel like The Rock has come a farther way than Terry Crews has, and I feel like John Cena is trying that hard as well.
I think Terry Crews is a better actor though.
Than The Rock.
Yeah. But they're different actors. Terry Crews is like all comedy, and like The Rock, I don't know.
Yeah,
he does a lot of comedy.
It'd be
but-
weird if you saw Terry Crews in like a drama, like headlining a drama movie. You know, like I think
he
his
might be
most
able to do
serious
it, though.
films were The Expendables, and I don't even know if you could call those serious films.
Yeah, and then he's
The first one maybe, then the second one was definitely all one-liners, and then the third one I didn't even watch.
yeah.
I heard Jackie Chan and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I heard Jackie Chan and Arnold Schwarzenegger will be in a movie together, a sequel to some foreign film.
Jackie Chan, yay. Arnold Schwarzenegger, eh.
Like, okay, you guys should have done a movie together like 20 years ago, and it might have been okay. It might have been good. Now I just feel like you're both so old. And Arnold, you're not even in shape anymore. Jackie, can you still do stunts?
I'm sure he can.
I'm sure he
Jackie Chan's the man.
can. Jackie Chan is a man. You watch a lot of his shit. Like, I heard he will do take after take after take to get his stuff right.
Hundreds of takes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Apparently, he's got like the backing of the studio that's like, hey, do it till it's right.
Yeah. I've heard directors try to be like, well, why don't we just tweak this so you don't have to? And he'll be like, no. We storyboarded
Like even
it.
like
I
small
will do
things.
this.
I watched
Yeah.
a video about like Jackie Chan style or whatever, and like there's this one scene where he's got to like flip this like fan, like one of the paper fans, and he's got to flip it in a way, and he said he did like over 100 takes just to get that one simple shot.
But it's so worth it, though.
Yeah, because his stuff is just so good, and they don't like cut away from the action. Like you get to see
Yeah.
everything unfold.
It
and
ain't the editing that makes a stunt. It is him doing the stunt, and it makes the film. Like,
yeah, and it feels different. It's
yeah. It's just you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell the quality of the movie when it's
like they
the
even
editing
went
versus
as
the
far
stunt.
to point out the differences between like American Jackie Chan and like
like his older films
yeah,
where
his
he's
foreign films.
His foreign films are solid.
Yeah,
Awesome stunt work. The guy
Okay.
is amazing at what he does.
I mean obviously Rush Hour's great.
Yeah, Rush Hour were pretty good.
At least the first one. You got to give the first one at least something.
Speaking of Jackie Chan, I heard they're going to make a third Shanghai movie.
Who cares?
Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Night, Shanghai Dawn. I thought was what it's called, with Owen Wilson and Jackie Chan returning.
Yeah,
I feel like that should have been done. I don't know, 15 years ago, something like that. What? Well, whenever after the second one came out, 10 years ago, whatever.
I don't remember loving those movies, but
I remember liking the first one. I didn't see the second one because I didn't think it looked good. But third one, I don't know. It'd be nice to see Owen Wilson do something good for a while. But that's just me. Yeah, I don't know. Sinners, this was just talking cinema with the Cinamen. We're just looking at trailers and stuff. Decided to take a break from watching movies. We do have lives outside of this show. So, but any good trailers, let us know. We will definitely be dropping some links to the trailers we've seen so that you guys can enjoy them just as much as us. Be sure to check out our Facebook page. I think a lot of the trailers and info we talked about is on there. Mm-hmm. So make sure you get on there, watch it, like it, share it.
tell your friends
Tell us what you thought. Tell
Spread the
your
word.
friends what we thought of
what
those.
you thought.
Yeah. So get out there and spread the love. And as always, don't be a dick.
Support the podcast.